we really enjoyed Playa del Carmen. Playa del Carmen is a city, so it's busier. We did stay off the beach in this area and then walked down the Fifth Avenue Street Norte, which is, like I'm going to explain in a minute, a very touristy area. We went during their Holy Week, Easter, our spring break, and it was packed with people, which isn't always the case, but at that point it was absolutely packed, which made it kind of fun. The beaches were so packed that you could hardly even find a place to sit on the sand, but a whole new and different experience in Playa del Carmen. Then we found a few really just interesting and fun things that we enjoyed doing there that we had never done before, besides being on the beach at spring break. We walked down the main street. Well, I consider it the main street. It's not the main street, but it is Fifth Avenue Norte, which goes, it's kind of like this whole long street of nothing but shops and restaurants. It's very touristy, and it's a beautiful part of the city. We loved it here. Galen even loved having his picture taken with the, I don't know if it's Pancho Villa, but anyway, the statue was really fun. And then as we walked along, we found this wonderful health food restaurant, and we ate there. We walked and we shopped, and it goes for, oh gosh, I'll bet 20, 30 blocks. It's a huge, long street, and time just passes because there's so much to see and to do there.
We're eating at a restaurant on the main tourist road. It's a walking path in Playa del Carmen. This restaurant's called 100% natural restaurant, and we are having a green juice. This is cucumber, spearmint, and lime, and it is absolutely delicious. We will drink a whole pitcher. We are also going to have the fajitas here. Fabulous place to come and have lunch under all of the little umbrellas and in the middle of the coconut trees with a waterfall in the background. A lovely restaurant right on the walkway where basically the tourist street is.
We ordered an order of fajitas at the restaurant and shared it together, and they were tasty and fabulous. They even had a guy there playing live music, which was really an added bonus. We got a large enough, like a whole pitcher of the green drink so that we could take some of it with us in a to-go cup, and then we drank it throughout the next hour or so, and that just made it extra special as well. Great restaurant. If you're in that area, find the 100% Natural restaurant and try it. You'll be just amazed. A great place to sit, shady, great service, good food. What more can you ask? That was awesome. The only thing is that we walked down the street and we found a fish spa. And I was so excited about the fish spa because I found one in Spain and loved it so much that I've looked and looked and looked again. And finally, here it was right on this Fifth Avenue North. And so we went to pay for it, and no credit card. We had left the credit card at the restaurant. The waiter had he brought back the bill or the receipt for us to sign, but did not bring back the credit card. And we didn't catch it because we were just, not paying a whole lot of attention. Very good lesson to learn. We went running back to the restaurant, and luckily the guy was waiting with our credit card, and we have checked our bill to make sure that, nobody has done anything with it, and they haven't. But that's a big lesson to learn. You want to be really, really careful. Don't leave your credit card. Don't let it out of your sight even, because that's really scary stuff. So hang on to your credit card. Keep it safe. Watch it when they're using it or when they're, running it through the machines and stuff, that you're there with them. But luckily we had somebody honest. So that was a good lesson. But we walked back up the street and we found the most wonderful fish spa. It was sitting right out by the street in front of a store, cute little store, and then here was a 2-person fish spa. And we were way excited. They check your feet and legs to make sure that you don't have any open sores or wounds, because then you can't do it. But they check your legs, and then they wash your legs and feet with an antiseptic so that you don't, give the fish any problems or any bacteria. And then you get to sit up on these little seats and lower your feet in. And as you lower your feet in, those fish, they just come swimming right up, and they just grab right onto you, and they suck off all the dead skin. They don't bite. It doesn't hurt. But it is kind of, we had lots of people stop and say, what does it feel like? What does it feel like? And I was like, it feels like tingles. Your whole foot, wherever they have been nibbling, tingles. And so it's like this tingling experience. It's almost like your foot's being numbed a little bit by bit by bit by bit. It feels really awesome after you get used to the initial little feel of them on your feet. But my word, you need to do, I know that sometimes it's like a 10-minute or 15-minute. Really, you need 20 to 30 minutes of it. But after that amount of time, so we made sure that we had that amount of time. And then you take your feet out, and they're just smooth. I mean, you can really tell a difference. It makes a big difference. I know that we've looked into this before, and that they need to take proper care of the fish, so that in between each person there's a period of time, and that they use the it's like a blue light thing that cleans the water, and so that there's no bacteria in it for the next person. But as long as you can find somewhere that it uses the fish properly and prepares the water properly, then you're okay. But what an experience. I wanted to do it so bad, and my husband has never done it, and he kind of didn't want to do it, but they offered us a deal. It was $15 for one person and $21 for if you did both of you. So, it only cost him $6. So, of course, then it was a bargain, so he did it. And I can't say that he's in love with it, but it was fun. It was something new and different for him to do. And again, works great on your feet, so you feel awesome afterwards. So that's a really fun experience to do. And we were like the window show. Everybody's stopping by and looking and asking questions because they'd never done it and they didn't know what it was like. And they were kind of creeped out by it, but then curious at the same time. And by the time we were done, they had like 3 other couples doing it, and they all had a great time. Later, we drove up to Puerto Adventurous, which is a pretty little community with waterways. So a lot of its houses are and condos are either built on golf courses, or they're built on the marina coming in, or waterways that they've got going through there, or they're backing where the dolphin experiences is, where you can swim with the dolphins, and they have manatees there, and they have seals there that do shows. And there's restaurants all the way around it. It's a beautiful place. And we had met our real estate agent there, Mike Martin. We really enjoyed working with him. He tried really hard to find us something that we would just love, but the price point for us in that area was too high, although he had some really nice bargains as far as real estate for that area. Awesome guy. If you're in that area and you want a really great real estate agent to help you find something in your price range, what you want with the financing that you want. Sometimes depends on the property. Some things you just have to have cash for in Mexico. But talk with him. He's awesome. His name is Mike Martin. And you can find Mike at investmentpropertiesmexico.com. And you'll be able to get his email there and write to him. And contact him. Tell him Debbie Gerber sent you. He'll be appreciative. He'll take great care of you. He took us to a restaurant right there in Puerto Adventurous, where we had some lunch because I was starving. And it was marvelous. It was run by a lady named Tracy. It's called Mangoes. It sits right where you look out at the people swimming with the dolphins. So there was entertainment as well as great food. Loved it there. I'd recommend that restaurant because I have been there and I thought that the food was excellent. And I would recommend Mike as a real estate agent in that area. So there you go, a couple of recommendations for the Puerto Adventurous area. We didn't find exactly what we were looking for there. We weren't really quite sure what we wanted. We were thinking that we might come and stay in Mexico for several months at a time. where it was warm and beach-like. We wanted something that was oceanfront. We wanted to be right where we could walk out and see the beach. Our problems were, one, I wanted a 2-story because for some reason that just any house we own, I have to have a 2-story where I can be out above things. I don't like ground level, so that was kind of a problem. So we had to look for something like that. We also wanted, like I said, something that walked right out to the water, and then our price point was pretty low. That combined, he did find us a couple that were pretty good, and I have to give him that. But Galen and I just could not come to an agreement on what we wanted. And we had still wanted to look over in the Gulf of Mexico side over on the beaches by Progreso. The next day, we were heading out to go look in that direction to see what we can find over there. Thanks for joining me. I'm Debbie Gerber, your host at boomerandSeniorTravelTV.com.